Hello, we are live with the Death Battle cast.
Hey.
It changes every week.
It really...
Well, you know, gotta keep it fresh, right?
Sure.
Gotta keep it popping.
God. Right there. Please, someone give that. That's the whitest moment of Ben's life. You gotta keep it fresh.
poppin'.
You gotta keep it popping.
Hey, I'm Ben. I'm the voice of Wiz in Death Battle. How you doing?
I'm Chad. I play Boomstick. Hi.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm here.
I'm Sam, and I'm here as well.
Are we supposed to go around this way? So we
I
end
don't
on
know.
It
Boomstick?
doesn't matter. I think
don't
it's
know.
boop, boop, boop. Oh, boop.
Whatever. Next
Clockwise.
time we start with Nick and then we
Sure.
like zigzag.
What?
It'll be great.
Why?
All right.
Just because.
Thank you guys for joining us for this live episode of Death Battle Cast. If you're watching this on YouTube, the archive later, thank you for watching as well. This episode of Death Battle Cast is sponsored by 3 different sponsors, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Keeping the lights on. Yeah.
So sponsored.
Yeah,
So
did
thank
anybody
you.
else like really hope that the lights would just go off right
Yes,
when you
I
said that?
looked at them, hoping.
Thank you so much to Devil May Cry 5, Quip, and Hymns for sponsoring this episode of Death Battle Cast. We will have more to talk about all of them later on in the show. In fact, let's just go ahead and get one of them out of the way right now.
Okay.
Let's just do it
Sure.
because we got 3 of them.
Oh, wow. New
And,
grounds here.
Yeah, one of them is really cool because we have props.
Oh yeah.
Hang on. I got to figure out.
And dude, every time you pick that thing up, I'm so worried you're
It's
just gonna
gonna
bash it and break it. Yeah, Nick's never allowed to touch
I'm on
it.
the furthest side from it, so if anything
Chad,
happens,
help
it's not
him
me.
hold
Hey
that.
guys, you should try out Devil May Cry 5. This is so awkward.
Ben has been wanting to do this for
I'm just
a
gonna
while.
hold it like this and not be awkward. Devil May Cry 5 is an over-the-top action-filled game.
What a dickhead.
Now available for Xbox One, and rated M for mature. So don't let your babies play it.
Unless they're really effing cool babies.
You can play as returning favorites Dante and Nero, along with a new protagonist, only known as V. Oh, it's now over here.
Yeah, I'm helping you.
Hang on.
Hold it.
It's your turn.
Why?
You can hang on.
Weak arms?
This game is about slicing and dicing some demons while looking fine as hell, and there are
Like Ben.
so many different ways to do just that. Okay, so like legitimately, that's the best part of the game is just how many different ways there are to kill things. It's got such an awesome such awesome fighting mechanics, and it's kind of like a new standard for action games in general, in my opinion.
Torian has like not stopped playing it since it came out.
Yeah, no kidding. I think he's played through it like 3 times already. So go kick some demon ass with Devil May Cry 5, and remember, games play best on Xbox One. Okay, so I'm gonna go put this down now.
No, keep talking about Devil May Cry.
Do I just hold this for the rest of the show?
Yeah.
No, go ahead and put
Yeah,
it down.
like a boombox from the 80s. You just throw it up there. Perfect. Oh,
Just put it
Great.
down before we break it.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Cool.
Can't imagine neon is cheap.
No, it's expensive.
Also, I
Why do we
assume
even get
if
that?
you
Why do we even
break-
have that?
Like
They
if
sent it
you,
to us.
If you
That was
break
not
that,
sent to us for this
like,
sponsorship.
we'll have to
specifically.
leave
No.
the room, I kind of assume, too.
If we broke
Oh,
it. Oh, yeah.
yeah,
it's
I
probably
assume
going to
we
give us cancer if we
We
break
have to
it.
cancel the show.
No,
But no, we don't
First
because Devil May Cry
sponsorship.
5 is awesome. Go play it.
Yeah, they sent that to backwards compatible. That's
Yes,
right.
that's right. That's right. We just so happen to have the same set as them. All right, so let's talk about Death Battle. So, hey, Chad, did
Hey.
you know that Widow versus Widow aired?
I did. That was really awesome.
I think
man.
the team did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I had a lot of people come up to me doing they're like, man, that was really good. And then, and like, especially like, man, they did a really good job with the fight choreography. That was really cool. It was like very cinematic at times. And I was just like, that was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really wanted this one to be, because, like, it's such a much more personal kind of fight with, like, a graceful sort of assassin fighting style, snipers kind of thing. It's not quite as flashy just on paper. So I really wanted the environment to play a huge role in how the fight goes about, with them trying to get to each other, destroying tons of stuff along the way. Lots of collateral damage in this episode. But yeah, they did such a good job putting it together, which is awesome.
The animations have come so far since even just I was last working on the show about a year ago. It's come a long way. It looks really, really good.
Yep.
And Torian came back to help with a couple shots.
He did.
Just a
Yeah.
couple shots, but most of it can be thanks to Christina and Dave.
Yeah.
And they did a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
But next episode is going to be Marvel Squared, We start with Widow Squared. We do Marvel Squared. That's just the theme for the season now. It's just something
It's all we're doing.
Yeah, every single episode's gonna be that way. No,
Yep.
nope, that's not the theme. But I had some people asking about why we did this episode in particular, and I think the timing makes sense.
Because Shazam is coming out.
Captain Marvel just came out,
Right.
the 2 movies. So figured this was the best time to do it. This is a matchup that has been requested for a long time, especially after Shazam changed his name.
Yeah.
Or DC changed Shazam from Captain Marvel.
That weird convoluted lawsuit and who owned what until finally they were like, it's confusing. We're just gonna call him Shazam.
Yeah, we covered a little bit in the Death Battle episode itself, but it's crazy just how many Captain Marvel characters have existed, and neither of them started with Marvel or DC. Like, both characters that Marvel and DC own technically started with other companies.
Right.
Even the one called Marvel, like, did not start with Captain Marvel.
Really
Anyway,
strange.
yeah, and it kind of became this, like, sort of semi-legal battle. It never really went into
That's
any
true.
kind of legal
They just agreed
action,
that
but
it was like, yeah, it's confusing. You can,
one company had the name, one company had the character, is essentially how everything ended up until DC was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
We're just going to rename ours Shazam. You do whatever you want, Marvel. But that kind of leads into a question I saw a lot of people saying, is since Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, was in a previous Death Battle, why aren't we using the original Captain Marvel? Well, not the original Captain Marvel, because that's Shazam, but the original Marvel Captain
convoluted.
Marvel.
the original Marvel guy.
Marvel.
Marvel. There we are.
That's a sentence.
Yeah.
And the main reason why is Marvel kind of sucks. He doesn't suck. Like, we actually did mention him a little bit last episode. Marvel is a character that not a lot of people are super invested in. He's had like a couple good stories over the years, but he primarily existed just so that Marvel could keep the copyright of the name up until Captain Marvel or Carol Danvers.
What are you talking about? With a great name like Marvel, clearly they put in a lot of thought.
Is there an alien in DC named DC?
Yeah, there probably is.
DEESEE or something like
I
that?
would not be
CEE.
surprised.
Yeah.
If
I
there's a
hope
Captain
there is.
DC or
I
something like
hope
that.
there is.
God, I feel like I would have seen something like that though.
Dude, come on. There's so many characters and things. Like, we're still surprised by random
That's
crap.
true. That's true.
Like,
Especially DC. It's been
Yeah.
around for like 70, 80 years, whatever.
Like,
So
do you remember how happy I was when I found out about Dog Welder?
Yeah.
If a character like that can exist, anything can.
Dog Welder
There are
was the
no
one who
rules.
literally just welds
He's
dogs
a
to
villain
people, right?
who welds dead dogs to his enemies. You can't even weld a dog. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
You can't weld a
You
person.
could glue it.
That's his superpower, Chad. Come on. I mean, yeah, there's
He
really
heats up the dogs into
no
liquid
lack.
so that they rapidly cool and adhere themselves to people.
Yeah, there's no lack of shitty comic book characters at all.
If there is a DC superhero or villain called DC, let us know using hashtag DeathBattleCast, and we'll put him on a community death battle.
There
I don't
you go.
care what his powers are.
We'll put him versus Marvel. Yeah.
DC,
Yeah.
the ultimate, the one you've been waiting for.
Yes. Yeah, it was so many people be like, and we always get that request. It's like, why don't you do all of Marvel versus all of DC? And this is how we do it.
Zip.
It's Marvel versus. God, I hope this character exists.
All right. There is apparently something to be concerned about with Marvel Squared, though. Apparently,
Uh-oh.
according to some people on the internet,
Oh yeah?
there's a rumor going around that Zachary Levi, the guy playing Shazam, doesn't want this death battle to happen.
What, really?
Because there's an article
Well,
that people have been linking to me that says Shazam Zachary Levi. It's titled Shazam Zachary Levi doesn't want fans pitting him against Captain Marvel.
Well,
pretty sure. Well,
he was here recently.
okay.
Without reading the article, I'm guessing that means comparing the movies and just letting them.
To a certain extent, yeah. It's not true that he's against the death battle or whatever.
Right.
Anybody who thinks that, unfortunately, just read the headline and fell for the clickbait that this website is apparently pretty famous for doing. So the original story comes from Associated Press, who did not have that headline. They had a different one, but they published an interview with Levi literally the day after we announced Captain Marvel versus Shazam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the timing is a little weird, but
The curse continues
but
in a new form.
technically the story did start back in February, because what happened was on February 24th, I believe it was 24th, it might have been the day before, Levi made an Instagram post where he basically just said, hey guys, I see a lot of people, remember the bullshit that was happening with Brie Larson? Everybody thought she was like anti-white men or whatever.
Sure.
You know, that thing.
I didn't hear about that, but
Yeah, they were like trying to slam the Rotten Tomato score or whatever because
That I
they were
remember,
just
yes.
being.
yeah, I heard about
like,
that.
So-
I didn't know they
yeah,
were
it was
So
going
based
that
on-
low.
just
Yeah.
quick recap. Brie Larson did a speech where she essentially, I don't want to summarize it because it's easy to take this out of context and like twist it.
Anyway,
twist the
people
context, but
misinterpreted.
essentially, she said a quote along the same lines of she doesn't want to hear what a 40-year-old white critic says about A Wrinkle in Time because the movie wasn't made for him. So a very blunt way of saying that certain movies target different people,
And that wasn't right,
but it
got
was interpreted very
Got
harshly by a certain insecure white demographic.
Man, you were doing a great job tackling that until you just threw out insecure.
I'm just
bud.
saying
Suck it, white
how
man.
I see it.
Oh no, that's not.
Damn, the other
So-
shoe dropped.
Oh God.
That's
So-
not very poppin' then.
Anyway, it kind of blew up. Brie Larson and Captain Marvel was targeted by a very small but loud group of people on the internet, and some of these people were apparently doing this and targeting it and trying to bomb the movie with spam reviews and things like that under Zachary Levi's name, like for Zachary Levi. So they were like tagging him and saying like, this is for Shazam, this is for the Shazam movie should do better than Captain Marvel, blah, 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 blah. So this was him specifically saying, hey, don't do that, please.
Right.
Like that
Yeah.
sucks. And saying that the movies aren't competing with each other. They just so happen to be coming out at the same time. Which there actually is some truth to, because Shazam or Marvel released on March 8th, and Shazam doesn't release until April 5th, which means that by the time Shazam is out, Marvel's basically had a full month
Right.
to run, and that's when the most of a film's theatrical
office.
run,
Right,
box
yeah,
office money comes in. So they're not really going to be competing with each other at all. They're just going to happen to be kind of overlapping in terms of timeline in the theaters a little bit. So yeah, you will see theaters with them next to each other, but by the time
That'd be
Shazam
fun-
comes
that'd
out,
be a fun
Marvel's
double
had its
showing.
run. Yeah,
You gotta do
Just
like a
go back
double
and forth.
feature. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still need to see Captain Marvel
I do
anyway,
too.
so
Yeah, it's pretty good. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that because I know some people were confused.
Thinking
Because
he's like,
this
he doesn't want a
headline-
death battle. But you know, it's funny because Zachary Levi lives here in Austin, and he's been out to RT a couple times. It would be really funny if we could get him on after like the
Yes.
episode airs, and then we're doing the questions answered, and we can have him there. That'd be interesting.
I mean, now that you said it, we have to try to do that.
We'll try.
Like now, people are just gonna be disappointed.
He might not be able to though. He might
Well,
not be able to
okay.
like represent.
I would
Shazam.
assume he almost certainly couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Probably.
We'll see.
But-
I'll
Wouldn't hurt to try.
I'll ask around and see, because like that would be cool as hell.
yes.
It's like, so here we have, we're gonna answer our questions related to Death Battle, and sitting next to us is Shazam himself.
So Shazam, why did you win / lose?
Right, exactly.
He has to answer in character the whole time.
Yes. All right. Anyway, that kind of covers our Death Battle talk for the day. But before we move on to what's going on, Sam, I think you have something cool to talk about.
Yes, I do.
He's got a real Shazam
Specifically,
Let me.
for your
Yeah.
mouth.
Yes, we're talking about mouth health. Whenever you need to polish your mouth stones, look no further than everybody's favorite toothbrush, Quip. Quip is the best non-food item I've ever put in my mouth. It is fantastic. It is the sleekest, most badass toothbrush.
Sleekiest?
most badass toothbrush. Now you've got me tongue-tied. You can buy. Let me tell you, it comes in a little cool carry case. You traveled. Did you travel with your Quip?
I did.
Was it wicked easy?
It's super easy.
Boom! Look at that. Right there. Done. Super easy. You just put in your little thing. It's super clean. You don't get a whole bunch of, bag schmutz on your toothbrush. It's great. And not to mention that it comes in, every 3 months. You get it in a package. And then every 3 months you get these nice little brand new toothbrush heads that also replace your battery, so you don't have to have any giant clunky chargers in your bathroom. And your Quip just keeps on going like it's brand new, no matter what, and it's wonderful. And it's got little hypersonic things that are good for your teeth and your gums.
And teaches you how long you need to be brushing.
Teaches you how long you need to be brushing.
If you want to brush your teeth at hypersonic speeds,
get a Quip.
Get a Quip. Yeah.
Yeah, get a Quip.
Not actually hypersonic.
Yes.
I mean, you only have one.
Quip toothbrushes don't actually brush teeth at hypersonic speeds.
You only have one adult set of mouth stones, so please use a Quip, and don't just take my word for it. There are like way more doctors and like 20,000 dental professionals saying that this is mad legit. I didn't even know there were that many dental professionals. I've only met like 3 in my life, and that's been fine. If though, like literally one tells me something's good, I'm like, cool. You went to school forever to know about mouths. I'll take your word. There's 20,000 saying it's great. What more do you want? So get Quip today, and to do that, you can go to getquip.com/cast right now, and you'll get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's getquip.com/cast. They're great. I love mine, and it's on my mirror. Oh, they're so good.
They stick to your mirror, so you don't have to take up space on your counter.
It's the only
Not the brush itself, because that could be
The
gross.
case.
But the
Well,
case
the
that you
case.
slot
Yes.
it into.
It's the only
really handy.
toothbrush that people have ever gone, I'm jealous of your toothbrush. That's enough. Like, it's great.
Thank you, Quip.
Yes,
Flex
thank
on,
you.
if you can flex on other dental tools.
Yeah. I mean,
With your mouth stones. All right.
I appreciate that he altered the read too, so you only get one pair of adult teeth.
Oh gosh.
you do only get one
I know.
pair,
Well,
unless-
previously you
well,
were like, you only get one pair of teeth. I'm like, you literally get 2, Sam, as a human.
Yeah, well, you get one pair of adult teeth.
All right, guys, it's time to talk about what's going on. And looks like the first thing we've got is some fan art.
Oh, cool.
Something
Oh, yeah,
from
that's
our
going on.
own Fez.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well,
Let's
yeah,
take a look
it's
at
one
it.
of the host animators. Let's go ahead and look at this. What the?
Oh, Oh, God. I did not need Morgan Wiz.
Why?
Whiz
Why?
again?
What?
I like it, the how he made the rock and roll shirt go onto the tights though. Like the character concept integration's really good.
Yeah. Also, like,
I don't
so
know.
But
clearly,
doubling down on the why question.
clearly
is
your
really
outfit
strong.
is made to go a little higher, but in the left, you're very essentially sliding out of it.
Oh, God.
And I do not like that one bit. So cool, Fez. It was great working with you. But that's about it.
I just
don't even
need a why. Is all.
You just wanna
Where's
go-
the boomstick?
Great
No,
work.
That's
but-
the
no.
problem.
No.
Is there
Yes.
another one? Lilith?
Yeah, Lilith.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
red. Put
Yep.
the boomstick in
Oh,
that. Please
Jesus.
don't. Maybe not. Maybe yes. I don't
Do
know.
it.
I really don't
Do
know
it.
how to feel now.
Do it.
I know it's coming. and I don't want it.
It looks great.
Good job.
Good
bud.
job. Good job.
Great.
Good.
Great.
Good job.
Thanks for taking
I
us
appreciate
there.
multiple poses as well. like-
No, no,
No,
no,
there's
well,
lots
he
of
says
little
there were two
different
poses.
things here.
It's very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's difficult.
It
Drawing
is.
poses is good, let alone 2. Okay. So that was neat. You should definitely go check out Eduardo's work. He does some work on Death Battle for the host animations when Wiz and
Yeah,
Boomstick
now
are
if
chatting.
we ever have Morgan in a death battle, I know how to get weird with the host script.
Now Morgan is never going to be in Death Battle.
Well, there goes that. Sorry, Dark
We've
Stalker
actually
fans.
talked about Morgan a couple times. We've never. It's been hard to find a good matchup.
Yeah,
for
it's been
her.
like a weird power level matching up. Like every time we've talked, we look at her and who she should fight, and it's like, oh, well, this person's clearly way more overpowered, or oh, she's way more powerful than this person.
Yeah.
It's like finding a good matchup.
like Bayonetta is a pretty popular request for her, and I'm like, I don't know if she's quite on that level. And then
I think there was a minute because I
Headbutting
always try and slide
skyscrapers across the city,
Yeah.
punching God through the
Yeah.
universe.
I always
Like
try and
Helsing.
slide Buffy the Vampire Slayer in there, but
Buffy versus Morgan might work. I don't know.
Buffy
It's also
is
just weird
really,
because it's
really
then
strong.
we're putting a vampire slayer against a vampire. It just feels like we should have 2 vampires
Not
fighting
a
each other.
vam-
no,
Well,
I don't
she's a
think
succubus.
vampire.
She's a succubus,
Right.
sorry,
So yeah, totally different thing. That's like, oh, we put a, I don't know,
There's got to have
anything
been.
against. We put the crocodile hunter up against like a large snake. I'm like, Chad, that's not a crocodile. You know the difference?
Yeah, I know, but like, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Buffy's fought a lot more than just vampires.
Yeah, I
There
think
has
she's
to be
actually
an
fought
episode where she
succubus.
fought a
Yeah,
succubus.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't remember.
But those are different succubuses.
well,
Succubi.
Succubi.
This one is a very, very good fighter.
Don't be
Yeah,
don't get
anyway.
biased.
speaking of really good fighters,
Yeah.
see that new Dora trailer?
I knew you were gonna
I
transition. to
did
that.
minutes before we went live.
I have no words.
So if you haven't seen the trailer for Dora and the Lost City of Gold, good news. Young Indiana Jones Chronicles is getting a reboot, and it's played by a girl.
It's
pretty neat.
much. It's
It's basically what it is.
I mean, it
okay.
will almost certainly be better than Crystal Skull
It's
as far
true.
as like an adventure
probably.
movie
Yeah,
goes.
it'll be for kids and lots of really silly jokes meant for kids. It's gonna hit its target demographic just fine, I'm sure.
The part that
Well-
was weird to me is like, why does every time they have to be like, and you're gonna now go to school, like like
Yeah,
they
I know.
couldn't just have the jungle adventure story. It's like we got to take Dora, who like we're just taking her out of the jungle, and she's going to the big city, and wacky antics are gonna happen until she has to go back to the jungle and show how good she is. Like it's just
I at least appreciate that they're not removing her from the jungle entirely.
That's
like,
true.
Like
I
how a
feel
lot of
like-
these kind of movies
Right.
happen. Like
yeah, it's not like
They need to throw her in a school and have her be slightly bullied so that an audience can attach to her because
Right.
she's had some real world. They're like, that's happened to me.
All right, 100%.
Now I love Dora.
yeah.
And then she goes in the jungle.
12-year-olds.
She's cool. Because if it's just her in the jungle, every fucking kid on their phone in the theater will go, I don't know this bitch, and then just go right back to it. Like it's
Just
gonna
like
be
that.
stupid. Like
That's
so they gotta send her
totally
to
true.
school, have her bullied a little bit. Now you can relate. Back to the jungle for some jungle sweetness.
jungle sweetness.
Jungle
Okay,
sweetness. That's what's
how
gonna happen.
old is the actress that's playing Dora?
17.
Okay,
And she's supposed to be 16 in this.
got it. Which is just
So
weird
she's
because Dora's
not-
supposed to be like a little kid.
Well,
I
also
understand.
think about the audience.
Right.
Like the people who grew up watching Dora are now
I know.
like 15, 14, that kind of age.
but
Probably
also
older.
grown out of Dora at the same time.
Yeah,
Not
but like-
this
Right.
Dora though, and they still got
I guess,
nostalgia.
This
for
is Dora. She's
Think
back.
about
but
think
for
about
you. Like,
think about movies like Toy Story. Like those, that's a series that kind of grows with its
Harry
audience
Potter.
in a way.
Harry
Harry
Potter's like
Potter
one of
is
the
a
best
series that
examples.
grows with its audience. Like it's not like you have to stick with one age group
just,
forever.
It's just weird to me because
Yeah.
she looks like she's like 20 and she's in like Dora clothes, you know? And I just
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's weird.
Well, another example is Ninja Turtles. Like Ninja Turtles comes out in 86, 85. Gets a huge young audience, and then in the
84.
90s, these movies come out, and it's like, oh, it's the big kids Ninja Turtle movies. Raph says "damn" in it.
Damn.
I wonder if Dora's gonna yell "damn" at some point.
But they're also pretty cartoony in that one.
But by big
But-
kids, I mean
yeah, I
like
know,
12-year-old, 14-year-old
Yeah.
kids.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
just
So
like, then
and
there's-
not 5.
Then there's always
Like-
the like overly evil bad guy that comes in. Like it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna follow the kids' movie formula. It's gonna be ridiculous. The only
Sure.
thing I'm mad about is there was no Swiper
Yet.
yet.
But I believe Swiper was cast. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Oh really?
Like
I
I don't know
also believe-
nearly enough about Dora the Explorer to really
The-
comment on that.
Do you know who is cast as Boots the monkey?
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
funny.
the thing that makes me want to go watch it.
So this is, I feel like this is a little bit like the Detective Pikachu situation where people really wanted Danny DeVito to be Pikachu and
Right.
it didn't happen.
Uh-huh.
I feel like this is a casting on that level, but we actually got it. Danny Trejo is Boots the monkey.
No good reason, but it sounds dope.
Oh my god. I thought you were gonna say somebody like John Leguizamo. Because I can
No.
totally see
No,
that.
that would be pretty good too.
Yeah, but Danny Trejo is just like action murder hero. Like it's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
if you
he's
got
Boots the monkey.
if you got a 10 or 13-year-old kid, seems like a good movie to take them to.
What
and
if-
also, it's probably going to be PG. And I've
What-
been
what if-
saying like PG movies are kind of rare these days.
yeah.
Which is true. But what if Boots the monkey straight up does like a machete type thing where he cuts someone's stomach open, like runs out, rappels down the side of a building with his intestines?
Yep.
I would
Right.
be fucking thrilled. Like,
Mommy, what's Boots doing? Sam's
think-
like, he's getting it.
I think that the lesson, though, is much like Brie Larson told us, is we're not their audience, so whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool. It
Yeah,
looks
but I
like
have a
great-
daughter, and I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Really?
Has she ever given a shit about Dora
Nah.
Explorer? Not for her either.
Yeah,
Brie
that's
Larson
true.
says, fuck your daughter too. She's not in the demographic for this movie.
got it.
The only
All right.
people are the demographic for the movie.
Moving to our demographic then. How you guys feel about that news about Stadia and Apple Arcade?
Oh, this is some shit we can talk about.
Stadia, that is a
whatever.
thing that I would be excited for if I could even just use my PlayStation Remote Play reliably,
Stadia, yeah. Stadia sounds
which I can't.
very much so like an artificial sweetener.
It really does because it sounds like stevia. That's
yeah,
why.
but really the point I think is like if it like Sean used it to play the Assassin's Creed demo and he said it was pretty awesome. I think if you're on a hard line like gigabit internet and it's going well,
Maybe, but even then, like there is just inherently going to be some latency unless we figure out like aperture science portal technology to
That's
use
my
like
thing.
Well, Nick's
That's-
thinking
that-
fighting games. Nick's like, I will not play a fighting
You're
game.
never
on
going
that
to want to play
service.
anything
Yeah,
that's frame
right.
sensitive. You're never
Well-
going to want to play fighting games, some CS:GOs, but stuff
Maybe.
that's not super important, like narrative FPSs or
Yeah.
like Civ 6 or something like that. I
stuff
could
like that.
totally
Yeah,
see.
there's no reason not to. But
Well, I've been seeing a lot of articles saying that, like, oh, they didn't address the latency possibility and whatnot, but didn't they with the controller? Like, the whole point of the Stadia controller is that it connects directly to their system or whatever
through Wi-Fi,
to avoid that, so that you don't have an extra step where you're not connecting to like a little thing in your house that then connects to their system. You connect directly to it.
That's interesting.
But it would still have to connect to an internet connection
Yes.
Right.
in your house and then
and
connect
it's a
to it.
wireless
So,
internet connection, which is
Yeah, traditionally not the
little
best.
not going to be
I
as
would rather
stable.
USB into
So
my
something
computer than
hard
hard
line.
lines.
Yep.
But
yeah, frankly, I think if any company can do this, it's Google.
Yeah,
I have
Yeah.
no doubt that they can pull it off. What I don't think can pull it off is the Chromecast. Like, that's what I'm gonna have an issue with.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
the Chromecast, like I have
Chromecast
problem
Ultra
getting
has
fucking,
a Ethernet plug though. So
that
could
would
work.
change it. But like just my Chromecast, granted it's like the 2014 one or some shit. Like it has problems just pulling up Netflix.
Yeah.
Like I don't trust it to play some 4K at 60 frames. No, that's bullshit. If I can't play Netflix at 4K, like you guys ain't playing a game.
You
Like,
probably need Chromecast Ultra to make this actually work.
which makes sense. And like
Or
I'm
what about
fine.
Android TVs? Are they gonna like allow those to have the built-in app? Or
You'd hope so, but
well, there's some weird shit. Like my Google Home, I specifically bought an Android TV so that my Google Home could control it, and then it's like, oh, yeah, can't actually do that. It's like I can turn the TV on, but I can't tell it to pull up Netflix. You got to get a Chromecast and plug it in, even though it has a built-in Chromecast. That has been like,
Wait, what?
yes. My Android TV has a built-in Chromecast, which is why I bought that. And the Google Home is not compatible with built-in Chromecast. You have to buy an external one, and it drives me fucking crazy.
that's nuts. Yeah, that's
Okay.
rough.
That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's one of those things. Like, if it works in hand, dope. And
yeah,
I can see
it's the
so
exact
many
kind of thing
things
where trying it out for yourself and getting first-hand impressions is going to make or break whether
Yeah.
people actually
Also-
stay interested or not.
they've said a lot of cool stuff, and it's like if that system works, that's awesome. But they never even broached price point. Like
That's yeah,
if it's
that's my big
$10
thing
a
too.
month, what? That's a crazy good deal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If it's $100 a month, fuck you,
Get
I'll buy a
outta here.
computer. Like
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Did
yeah,
they talk
it's
about their
silly.
library at all?
No.
That's the biggest difference between that and Apple Arcade.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed Apple Arcade introduced their thing with a bunch of games and talking about like exclusive games and how they're very open to developers like creating whatever they want for the system as opposed to
No,
targeting
that's the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Apple Arcade's like reveal trailer was literally just like, here's a bunch of like indie games that we got coming, and one of them is from the guy who made Final Fantasy. So it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Shantae 5 is in there
I
too,
feel
right?
like that like taking approach and like there's two main things that excite me about the concept of like these stream at your home game. I don't know, you don't call them consoles,
Libraries,
but,
whatever,
Yeah.
Services.
I guess three things. One,
Yeah.
standardized hardware. Like as you can see on any console, standardized hardware helps developers optimize to an insane level. Like you can play a game on an Xbox that has like an eighth of the power as a high-end PC, and it plays it almost as well because standardized hardware and you can program for it. So that gives people a lot of options. Two, just like Netflix making original content, I do believe if the services are done right, they can give people the ability to make original game content for them that could be really cool.
Yeah.
And especially you could see, like, for a while, chapter games were hot and they've kind of lost it. And I don't think there was a reason for chapter games to ever go out, just besides people like binging stuff. But I think that format works really well when you have a subscription library as well.
That's true.
That
And,
would
like,
make a lot of sense. I think
there's a lot of things
Telltale
like
just kind
that.
of overdid it,
Yeah.
which is why it kind of fell off.
And not only that, I do think that with this ability, even if you have a decent PC, they're like, even if you don't plan on using it, hopefully it just gives more people an easier way to access PC gaming, which is something I really like. So it's just like, yeah, great. It's a good thing all in all. Like, I can't see a bad side to it. I just hope it works well.
Yeah.
Because then the more people are in that realm, the better that realm's going to work for everybody involved. And, like, even then, like, who knows? It might be able to, like, even if you're somebody with a dedicated, strong PC, they might eventually optimize it to the point where that is used as just, like, back-end video RAM so you can have even better graphics on your home PC, shit like that. So, like, it's just cool. It just, does it work is
Yep.
the big thing. Like,
When
I
are they
can't wait to
supposed
play it
to-
because
yeah,
so
when are-
many games feel like dog shit. If you have just like a 30 ms delay,
Oh, yeah, dude.
you can't play even basic games like Mario. You can't play Mario with
No.
any significant delay. You're
Anything that
done
needs
for it.
precision.
Yeah, you could play slow RTSs like Civilization and stuff like that. But that's about all. Like,
Yeah.
it's rough.
Yeah, but again, they've already shown that it works with Assassin's Creed. So
Yeah,
But did you
right.
physically play it?
no,
Well,
Well,
That's the
and,
thing.
and also there's something to be said about how servers work and how many people, like, how prepared they were for a giant boom at that moment.
right.
And then what if it, because even then I doubt more than 1 million people played at any given time and it was fine. Like, a good example is like Apex came out like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
In the first few days, its servers were incredible and everyone was like, wow, these servers are really really smooth, especially for day one, because they were like, wow, we hit 1 million concurrent players on day one. And then now that they're at like 25 million, the servers are dog shit. Like, they're trash during peak hours, and that's because you have so many players. So, like, Stadia might be good until it hits a certain level where there's just so many people trying to use those servers where they can't handle it. So it's like, when do we see performance based on user
but
base?
again, this is Google we're talking.
Yeah,
about.
that's my thing. With
basically
Google,
own the
Apple,
internet.
like Apple, whatever. Google is the one where I'm like, yeah, they. If anyone has the money, I mean, Apple has money too, but if anyone
Yeah.
has the money and infrastructure already in place, it almost certainly is Google.
Yes.
If they can't make it work, then it's just not time yet for that tech to really.
I feel like that's probably the case.
I'm optimistic about it. Like, I've never been optimistic about a streaming service like this before, but in this case, I think this might be the big changing moment in the gaming industry where this actually starts becoming a thing. And I mean, we've already seen rumors about Xbox and Sony kind of going this route as well for their next possible consoles, and having streaming be a main thing there. So we might be at the point where console gaming goes through this huge shift of whether or not having a box is, necessary. And we already did kind of have that big, revelatory moment, like, 6 or so years ago, where it's like, consoles are dead. There'll never be another era of console gaming. And then the Xbox One and PS4
a lot of
came
people
out.
were saying, well, even then when Xbox One and PS4, a lot of people were saying this might be the last generation of true consoles because of this exact thing.
Yeah.
And, like, I think there's some credence to that. Now Xbox has the discless Xbox. I don't know if it came out, but Xbox. It's like it's a
Xbox.
classical
Xbox.
composer.
Yeah, I heard X.
But
Game on and prosper.
yeah, I think that there's some credence to that, and I don't think that's bad. And especially,
I don't remember the last time I played a game on console.
yeah,
I've just been PC gaming like
I mean,
crazy.
backwards compatible and it throws. We've been playing Metro, and playing an FPS on a controller is one of the most frustrating experiences I've had in a long time. Like, I've just got so used to PC,
Yeah.
and like, it's fine. Controllers are great for platformers and so many things, but a first-person shooter is like the last thing I want to play on a controller.
Yep.
It is so rough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Minus the Switch, play Switch all the time, but
Yeah, Nintendo's gonna continue to find their way to do their Nintendo thing, I'm sure.
Well, and that's another thing. Even if you could get some of the computing power as an aid to the Switch to have games with badass graphics and stuff. And like, especially Switch can run Android stuff. If I have to brick my Switch to turn it into essentially an Android bot that I can play like dope ass AAA games on, fine. That's great. I'm fine with that.
Sure. There have been some rumors about like what exactly the nature of the Nintendo Microsoft relationship is.
Yeah.
Because there's been rumors, and I don't know if they've been debunked at this point, but that like we know Xbox Live is coming to Switch in some form or fashion, but just how far that'll go. Some people speculated that could mean Xbox Game Pass, which means unless they're going to go the same route they do with Xbox with that, where you would download the game, who knows? Maybe that could be like a streaming thing, the way PlayStation Now is at some point in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? It seems like Microsoft is trying to like branch the Xbox brand out beyond just the box.
Microsoft is paying more attention to Xbox Live and Xbox games as a service than a product, which is, I think, in that same vein and interesting. And I bet that's kind of the way to go, because from what I know, they don't make a lot of money on console sales, like as a whole. A bulk of the profit of having a console is from the games sold on it. And I'm sure
Xbox
just
Live
like Steam takes 30%.
Yeah.
I'm sure
That'll work out a
Xbox and
deal.
PlayStation takes a certain amount of percent, and as well as Nintendo does.
Yeah,
So-
and Game Pass has apparently been doing really well for them. So
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah, it's the wave of the future. Everything's changing.
Hey,
Can't
For
wait
better
for
or
that
for worse.
update to the Kinect.
speaking of things changing, hey, is there some change going up on top of your head? Well, I can help with that. And with that, I'm in 4 Hymns, who is sponsoring this episode. So I don't know if you're aware, but 66% of men lose their hair by age 35. And the thing is, when you start to notice hair loss, it can be too late. It's definitely easier to keep the hair that you have than to replace the hair you've lost. Sometimes, guys will turn to weird solutions for things like this. And also, like, sometimes, it can be embarrassing to, you feel embarrassing. Man, I'm doing a bad job. I'm tired. You can feel embarrassed by issues like this. But don't worry, 4 Hymns wants to help. It's your one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men. So thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. They offer well-known generic equivalents to name-brand prescription to help you keep your hair. That is prescriptions backed by science, not snake oil, pills, or gas station counter supplements. Also, there's no waiting room and no awkward in-person doctor's visits, which saves you hours. I had a chance to get on a call with the founders of Hims, and they very much, wanted to start the service because these types of issues can be embarrassing, like I was saying earlier, and sometimes people won't get them treated, and these types of things can be treatable in a lot of cases. All you have to do is head to 4hims.com, answer a few quick questions, and then a certified doctor will review, and they can prescribe you. And products are shipped directly to your door. So order now. Death Battle Cast viewers / listeners get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today, right now while supplies last. Restrictions apply. See full website for details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. So go to 4hims.com/cast. That's FORHIMS.com/cast. 4hims.com/cast. Thanks, Hims.
Thank you, Hims.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for the community death battle. Community death battle. Community death battle. That one.
The community.
We're all having trouble speaking today.
The calamity death battle. This one is between Goose and Ace, or also Chewie.
Yes.
Goose/Ace.
Yes.
Wait, Goose/Chewie. Because they're the same character, but they have
Ace
different
Back. Okay.
names depending on the iteration.
Yeah.
In the movie,
Okay.
the cat is Goose. In the comics, the cat is Chewie. Captain Marvel's Flurkin cat.
Which, to me, makes no sense. Why did they change the name? Is there a reason for that?
It probably would have just... I feel like
at one point you're like,
just imagine,
it's Chewy. They don't want, it's like, no, they own that property.
Well,
you're good. Like,
They didn't want to be
own
promoting
it.
the taco restaurant.
That's spelled totally
Well,
different.
imagine you're an audience member. You've never read. You didn't know this cat existed. You go into the theater and you were watching it. And the name called Chewie. Immediately you're
Chewbacca.
taken out of the movie. You're like, oh, Chewbacca? Why are they talking about
Yeah,
Chewbacca?
I
And
can
then this
see
cat
that.
walks up and you think. I feel like that was the idea.
There can only be one Chewie in the Marvel
Well,
Disney
I feel like
universe.
when you're reading the comics, you could say the same thing. Like, but they literally decided to name the cat Chewie after Chewbacca in the comics.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
and she kind of
Goose is
constantly makes
also-
Star Wars references because that's part of her character. Like, it's just like, you guys own that property. It's chill. Like,
yeah, it would be fine, but I think they were worried about audience reaction to it, and also Goose would be a reference to Top Gun, and they're very much like she's a fighter pilot.
yeah, why
So-
are they trying to draw that line?
Oh,
Like,
I don't
also,
know.
Anyway,
Either way.
if you remember Top Gun, it doesn't work out for Goose.
no.
No.
Well, we'll see how it works in this one then.
Or in the Top Gun sequel that's apparently happening.
Yep.
But
Oh,
also,
yeah.
so we got Goose / Chewie, the Flurkin cat, versus Ace the Bat Hound, Batman's trusty
Dog.
little pup, who's, I guess, the breed of dog changes all the time, but either way, it's a dog that works for Batman. He's in Batman Beyond, and he's awesome. So
I feel
we've
like
got
we have like an animal fighting ring going on right now.
exactly. So we've got.
We're all going to jail.
As always with death battle, community death battles, we reach out to you guys, and it's up to you to come up with the arguments for these characters. So we have an argument for Goose from Abdul Malik Saeed, and he says, "There's a simple reason why Goose / Chewie will win."
Jesus!
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
because she has an unexpected ability. Essentially, her opponent won't expect her to kill them so easily. Is it a girl? I thought it was a guy. She's a cosmic cat born to eat all dogs. Yeah, so if you don't know what a flurkin is, it's a cat with a giant tentacle mouth.
It pretty much has Cthulhu inside of it.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Rocket
and
Raccoon says it's
terrifying.
one of the most deadly creatures in the world, or the universe, I think. Because whenever, that's how she finds out in the comics. When she joins the Guardians of the Galaxy, like she takes Chewie with her into space because she's on a space mission and like blah blah blah.
Yep.
And then they meet Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon gets on the ship and he tries to kill her cat, and she has no idea. She's just like, "Why is he trying to kill a cat?" And he's like, "It's a flurkin. It's super super deadly. It's gonna kill us all." And then they're like, "No, it's a cat." And then eventually, of course, it is a flurkin. And yeah,
But it's cool with Carol.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not like a raging like monster or anything like that. It acts like a cat.
I am 100% already siding with this
But
cat.
it lays tons of eggs and stuff because it
Yeah.
self-reproduces and like they can be super dangerous.
That's
But
terrifying.
hers is chill.
So it's basically just a cat, but whenever it gets into a dangerous situation, it opens its mouth.
Yeah,
tentacles come
I
out.
saw it.
And it can pull anything into its mouth because inside the flurkin is a pocket dimension.
That's how everything
that
fits
holds
in there.
everything inside. So it's basically Kirby.
Cool.
I'm gonna be real curious to see who's got a dog because that's like the closest to somebody being like, what's another community battle we've done? Like that'd be like if somebody was like, Wolverine has specifically killed Raphael the Ninja Turtle in like 100 different continuities before. It's so specific to what this cat is up against.
It eats dogs and it has a pocket dimension and it's Cthulhu mouth.
Maybe. I don't know if there's actually been a case where Goose / Chewie has eaten a dog.
No.
Oh, I thought that's what the
I
thing
think
was
you
saying.
just said
Okay.
it, but no, it is not like
gotcha,
the
I gotcha,
point
I
of the
gotcha.
Flurkin race is not literally to eat dogs. Like that's
I also picked
that's-
up on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I thought you guys.
Yeah,
That's what I thought we were saying. Okay,
But we do have an answer for Bat Hound from Jason Sith. And he
Cannot
says, Bat
wait to
Hound
see this.
has defeated a tiger, a group of hounds, a tentacle monster, and the Joker. In Batman number 156, Bat Hound is shown having reality warping powers and almost kills Batman and Robin until Batmite steps in.
What?
Okay, I do have to kind of interject about this one, though.
Okay.
'Cause I looked into
and
Batman
Robin
158.
imposters.
Well,
Great
no,
Scott.
that's a different one.
Bat Hound has acquired superpowers. Really?
So, okay, hang on. Before you start jumping the gun, so that comic, so the imposters thing, it's one of those comics that has
Okay.
multiple stories.
Also,
That's
yeah.
another story. So one of the stories in this comic is how Batmite, who is Mr. Mitzelplick, how do you pronounce the name?
Spitlick.
It's
Mitzelspitlick?
it's pronounced different
it's
ways.
one of
in
those
different
imp
things.
characters who has crazy superpowers.
Fifth dimensional imp.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Batmite shows up after Batman and Robin go off on a mission and they leave Bathound behind. And he's like, "Oh, you're like me. We can't impress our friends Batman and Robin. They don't like us. So I'm going to give you superpowers and you're going to show them how awesome you are. So he gives him Bat-Hound superpowers, and Bat-Hound flies off and does all sorts of crazy stuff like tearing up train rails and breathing fire, but he normally doesn't have those powers.
Didn't Bat-Hound team up with Scooby-Doo at one point?
Probably.
Batman did.
I know Batman did, but I swear I've seen them together.
Scooby-Doo
Probably.
That would make a lot of
Batman
sense. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But Bat-Hound is trained by Batman so he's basically like, if you can imagine, the greatest guard dog in the
world,
universe.
He's peak canine. Like that is
Peak canine.
he's peak
Cool.
canine.
like anything a canine
Pocket
can
dimension
do, multiply
tentacle
it by
mouth.
10.
It dies. There's no way.
Unless
That's
it can
the
get
thing.
around the tentacles.
Like my thing is the tentacles. Yeah, sure, deadly. I guarantee you, this Bat-Hound has dodged automatic gunfire before, and those tentacles aren't gonna be that bad.
Well, okay. There is one thing about Jason Sith's tweet. He says that Bat-Hound has
Defeated a
defeated
tentacle
a tentacle
monster.
monster.
Right.
I don't know what the tentacle monster is. Because, like,
would
looking
be
up
great.
Bat-Hound tentacle
Yeah.
monster, I can't find it.
That'll take
That's
you
a
some
risky
weird-
Google. That's a risky Google.
Yeah, don't do that, kids. But, like, I don't know what that's, like, referencing. So, without that specific detail, I don't know if, like, there's a feat there when
I'm
he's
going
fighting this
Chewie.
tentacle monster that could defeat Chewie, like, apply to this situation.
I'm more of a dog person, but I'm going with the cat on this one.
Same here.
Does anybody in the chat who's watching this live know what this tentacle monster story with Bat-Hound is?
Ben's gonna
Like-
go look this up after.
If somebody can say it right now, like,
I feel
that might change
I'm gonna go with
the whole argument here.
Bat-Hound, and I 100% think Chewie's winning the popular vote. 100%. I'm gonna go with Bat-Hound personally though, because I do think like there is this stupid like way that DC Comics, where it's like anyone who's trained by Batman is so fucking far and above and beyond a normal person or dog or literally anything.
They're basically superheroes.
True.
Yeah, like,
but
and I bet this is like the most sentient dog ever. Like, he's probably done wild shit. If you go through his history, I bet you he has a plethora of feats that can actually stack up, because I know Chewie/Goose doesn't have that many occurrences where the tentacles come out, and we don't know a lot about that race. So,
I just found an Ace Respect thread. on
and
Comic
also,
Book. Hang on, let me see.
whenever Goose would eat Ace, he would go into the pocket dimension, and we're not positive he's dead.
Well, that doesn't matter. If
He-
he's taken out of the fight, that counts as a win. You know.
Can he get
Yeah,
out?
but-
Well, unless he could
That's
do
the
something from
thing.
the side.
Yeah, unless he had a whatever.
He's trained by Batman. Batman can get out. He's like the fucking Houdini of superheroes. There's nothing
know.
that holds him down, or his dog, most likely.
That is okay.
There's a lot of
So-
assumptions.
But if it's the deadliest creature in the universe,
This is the Flurkins aren't the deadliest creatures in the universe, because they're not like he's still a cat physically. Like, if you hit him over the head, it's knocking him out.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
It's not super.
can put him down
indestructible or
real
anything
easy.
like that.
Sorry.
Oh God. But so Batman is a master escape artist, right? Like,
Yep.
that's one of his main things.
Mhm.
So if he trains Bat-Hound to be a master escape artist, could
Doesn't have
Bat-Hound
thumbs.
just slip out of the tentacles whenever they grab him?
Batman has thumbs.
That
gonna
is-
go a long
that is
way in
fair.
escaping.
That is
But that's the
fair.
thing.
That's
Like,
true.
what does Ace have on him? I almost guarantee he has some sort of
A
utility,
utility
belt.
collar? I'm sure
Yeah,
he does.
I don't
He's-
think he does. I'm pretty sure he does in Batman Beyond. He's just like a really badass dog. Like,
why does he have
Well,
a
in Batman
costume?
Beyond,
Does he have an
why-
idea?
yeah,
that
he
he's
does
Batman?
have a
He's
costume.
thinking old
But why?
comics, though.
But why does Ace have a costume?
because he's got a secret identity, man.
Yeah.
Like, people can't know that he's.
He,
I mean,
he looks like every other
Regular
dog out
that
there.
breed.
He does look very much like Bruce Wayne's guard dog. So you got to protect
there
that
you go.
identity
I
by
guess.
blocking his face.
And it strikes fear
all right
into the hearts of
so,
enemies. All right, let's see.
Who are you voting for, Chad?
I vote for the cat.
It's closer than I thought it was going to be, but I think I'm going to still go with Cat. Flurkin.
Oh,
Chewy
wait,
Goose.
Wait.
Oh,
You're so
breaking
close.
news.
Vampire. His name's hard to read. It's so dark. Vampire N. Armor. NV Armor says Batman Beyond Season 2, Episode 1 is when Ace takes down the tentacle monster.
We're just gonna look
We're
this up
getting
on
deep
the
on this one.
Yep.
Hang on. It's called Splicers.
Oh, yeah.
Sam, you
I
deep
know.
dove that whole thing.
That's when they're like
Splicers is where they're
mutating
splicing
people.
DNA. Yeah, so it's probably a person spliced up too much. And
Oh, I
it's
think I
got
found
little-
it on YouTube.
Oh, can you play it?
Yeah, we don't have TV to like
Well,
put
we
it
can-
to
we
right
can
now.
show- This is.
But the thumbnail showed a tentacle-looking thing. Oh God. Okay. There's this guy mutates into
oh yeah, that's pretty horrifying.
giant tentacle monster
lots of
essentially.
tentacles Thing. It's got a big crabby claw.
I don't know where the
Oh,
dog.
damn.
Oh, there's the dog. Wait, no, that's not the dog. That's Batman.
Ben's screen is very dark to save battery. So this
Yeah.
thing's just huge, and it's just slamming Batman Beyond around like crazy.
Yeah,
and it's
so-
about to eat him.
Oh,
and then
here comes
suddenly, here comes Ace. And Ace like, what?
He just toppled him over.
Please flip him. And he just bit him in the face. And then now he's protecting.
Well,
Yeah,
good
but he's a
boy.
very good dog.
He's a good dog.
Yeah, but let's see what he does.
He takes a hit from him.
He gets
crap.
fucking
He
dunked
got
on.
smacked into like a girder on the roof.
Oh, God, now the dog's in his claws.
Come on, dog.
He's going to eat the dog.
I wish we could be seeing this.
Oh, no, then
for you guys
Batman
right now,
shows
but-
up.
No,
Okay.
it's fine. He just does that.
He doesn't defeat it at all. He just survives.
Yeah.
Goose.
Oh.
It did for a second look like he like okay.
I thought
so
he was gonna
jumps
grab him
in-
and flip him over.
Dude, I know. So he jumps in and this huge monster grabs him by the face and then it goes to the ground. So it looks like he almost slams him and then he pulls.
Okay.
And I seriously thought he was gonna suplex
Yeah,
this
it
thing.
looked like he was-
Gerardo, for future reference, we need to figure out a way to get one of these monitors plugged into my computer so I can just play that next time.
Cool.
We could get an
Let's do
HDMI
that.
out the back.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do that. Okay, so Goose.
Yep.
Goose.
Goose.
Nope, Ace.
Ace. Goose.
I
Goose.
mean,
Ace.
I know.
Sam's
I'm wrong,
like digging
but
right now. But,
Goose.
like,
I just feel like if you did the research, Ace has got some stuff.
let's see what's
Chewy
up.
/ Goose. 3-1. Let's see what you guys voted on the poll.
Yep. Goose.
I'm surprised it's that close, to be honest.
Good job, Gerardo. You didn't vote this time.
Well, because it's Batman's dog. Of course, he's gonna be awesome, and a good boy. He's a very good boy. Okay,
goodest.
so thank you guys for voting on this poll and submitting your answers. Next week's community death battle is gonna be kind of a neat one.
Dora the Explorer.
It's not Dora. No,
Dang.
it's not Dora.
Danny Trejo
We've
boots.
joked
That was one of
about
the-
Dora
that was one of the
before,
earliest
but
like, things we
yeah.
talked about.
So this week we're gonna
boots.
do completely unrelated: Captain Falcon versus Johnny Cage. Battle
What?
of celebrity
Okay.
fighters.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be real
And
cool.
is Captain Falcon a celebrity fighter? He's a celebrity racer, yeah.
Who
but
fight-
he
he-
also-
he's a bounty
Smash
hunter.
Brothers.
He's a
Yeah,
bounty
okay.
hunter.
Yeah, he's also a bounty hunter. They save the universe, that kind of thing. F-Zero lore gets crazy about
For
how he
such a
saves the universe and
G-rated
stuff.
company, Nintendo has a lot of bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But they're all on the set of good.
Yeah, they all are, yeah.
Man,
They just don't listen to the man.
I don't see how Johnny Cage is going to win this.
Johnny
but we'll
Cage
see.
has crazy,
I know.
like
Yeah.
god-killing powers now. He beat Shinnok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
He can throw green things.
Yeah, he can do that.
out of his hands.
he's the chosen one. He's Raiden's champion in the new timeline.
Oh yeah, that's right.
like-
yeah, it's pretty Johnny Cage.
He's the main character now. Anyway, or I guess Cassie Cage is the main character now. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Mortal Kombat 11 is coming out soon. We'll find out what happens in that. But anyway, let us know who you think wins between Captain Falcon and Johnny Cage using hashtag DeathBattleCast on Twitter. We will have a poll up later this week on the Death Battle Twitter for you to vote on, and then we will find out who wins next week on Death Battle Cast.
See you later.
Thank you guys
See
so
you guys.
much for joining us.
God, it's so cold.